Hello guys, in this video I'll tell the important questions from each module of the subject Introduction to C++ Programming. Okay, let's start with module 1. In the module 1, first question we have is enumerate the basic C++ program syntax with example. This is 100% pakka question, you will get it for sure, so don't leave this one. What is the need of abstract class in the C++? Discuss with an example. It is also very easy concept. Next question, explain with example object and class in OOPS. Explain with example data abstraction and encapsulation in OOPS. Define the terms message passing, abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance and polymorphism. This is a very important question. You need to study this. Do not skip this one. Then define the following terms with an example: objects, classes, methods, abstractions and encapsulation. This is also a very important question. List the features and benefits of object oriented programming. You can study this one as this is very easy and you have just few points to study. Explain the importance of polymorphism in C++. Write a C++ program to display as follows: semester, subject, name. First is C++ programming, second one is Python programming, third one is data structures, fourth one is design analysis. It is just a example for how the question paper set, how the person who will set the question paper might ask the question. So you just need to concentrate on how to write a program. Next, coming to the second module, define the term keywords and identifiers and also write the rules for identifying identifiers. This is very important question. What is a token? List the various types of tokens and explain in brief. Explain operators in C++ with the example. Explain scope resolution operator with an example. This is again very important question. List and explain any 5 expressions and their types. This is also very important question. Write a C++ program to swap two values by a call by reference. This one again you will get for sure, so don't leave this question. What do we mean by overloading a function? What do we use this concept? When do we use this concept? Explain with a programming example. So in this question, when they'll ask a programming example, the marks will be more for the example. You need to write a program correctly without any errors. Illustrate the use of inline functions with a program within a program. Write a C++ program to swap two values by writing a function that uses a call by reference. This is the repeated question, you can skip. Write a C++ program to sort elements in an ascending order. Next one, write a C++ program to find the sum of all natural numbers from 1 to n. This is also very important question. Write a C++ program to demonstrate function overloading for the following prototypes: add int a, int b, add double a, double b. This is very important and very easy, so do not skip this. From the module 3, define constructor. What are the characteristics of constructor? Illustrate with example. This is also for sure question. Explain destructors with the syntax and suitable examples. Again important. Define inheritance. Illustrate the different types of inheritance with flowchart representation. So this is again a super important question. Next question is, what does inheritance mean in C++? What are the different forms of inheritance? Give examples for each. Third and fourth question are similar type, so you need to answer the same for both of it. Fifth question, explain single inheritance and write a C++ program to demonstrate student name, age and marks using a single inheritance. In this question you need to explain what is single inheritance and given a C++ program for this. Describe the syntax of multiple inheritance with a programming example. You can easily answer 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th question when you study the 4th question correctly, because here only you will study the different forms of inheritance. The different forms of inheritance are single inheritance, multiple inheritance, hybrid inheritance and so on. So if you study the 3rd or 4th question very perfectly, you can easily answer 5th, 6th and 7th. Next, under the 8th question, create a class named shape with a function that prints this is a shape. Create another class named polygon inheriting the shape class with the same function. with the same function that prints polygon is a shape. Create two other classes named rectangle and triangle having the same function with which prints rectangle is a polygon and triangle is a polygon respectively. Again, make another class named square having the same function which prints square is a rectangle. Now try calling the function by the object of each of these classes. You need to write a C++ program with the described features above. This is the lab program, so do not skip this one might occur in the examination, so do not skip that question. Suppose we have three class: vehicle, four-wheeler and car. So there are three classes, that is vehicle, four-wheeler and car. The class vehicle is a base class, so vehicle is a base class. The class four-wheeler is derived from it, and the class car is derived from the class four-wheeler. So if we invoke the methods in this order, that is car, four-wheeler and then vehicle, then the output will be I am a car, I have four wheels and I am a vehicle. This question will represent a multi-level inheritance. It means that this is the class vehicle. This after you call class vehicle, under the class vehicle, four-wheeler is being derived. Under the four-wheeler, car class is derived. So this is a class vehicle, this is a four-wheeler class, and this is a car class. This is the base class. Class vehicle is a base class for four-wheeler, and four-wheeler is a base class for the car class. So in this you are demonstrating a multi-level inheritance. So this is also very important and easy question, so do not skip this one. Coming to the fourth module, explain the stream class hierarchy with a neat diagram, again which is important. Write a note on IO streams. What are the various types of files? What are the various modes in which the file can be opened with an example program? This is again super important question. Explain the uses of if stream and off stream classes for input and output. This is also very important question. Illustrate various functions used to open, close, read and write data in the text. Next one is explain the methods of read write using get and put functions and using getLine function. This is again super important question. Explain the method of read write using read and write functions in binary stream. Very important. All are the important questions, but I'm telling you can skip few questions and which cannot be skipped. Develop a C++ program to append Vtu and Belagavi text into a file and display it on the monitor. Here there are describing some terms and you need to write a C++ program according to the description. Next, describe the following function with its syntax in the text files. How to open a file, close a file, read file and write a file. Write a C++ program to create text file. Check file created or not. If created, it will write some text into the file and then read the text from the file. This is a very important question. This is a lab program, so you need to study this one. Write a C++ program to write and read time in or from the binary file using the F stream. This is also very important. Coming to the fifth module, define exception handling mechanism in C. This is also super important question. You need to definitely study this one. Illustrate the exception in C++, benefits of exception handling. Next one is explain throw and catching mechanism. This is again super important. You need to explain the syntax of throw and the catch keyword. Next, discuss multiple catch statements with a syntax and programming example. This is also very important. From the fifth module, questions are being repeated and are also very easy. So please try to study fifth module perfectly so that you can score 20 from the fifth module. Discuss catch all exceptions with the syntax and suitable example. This is again a very important question. Discuss catching class type as exception and rethrowing an exception. Illustrate the function of catch multiple in C++ with syntax and programming example. This is also very important question. Explain predefined exceptions in C++ with programming examples. There are few predefined exceptions in C++ which are stored in the library of C. So you need to explain it with a programming example. Next one is write a function which throws a division by zero exception and catch it in the catch block. Write a C++ program to demonstrate usage of try, catch and throw to handle an exception. This is again a super important question. You need to study this for sure. Write a C++ program function which handles array of bounds exception using the C++. This is all you need to study from the 5 modules, and try to analyze which are very important and make a decision what to study to pass, in order to pass. If you, by studying all these questions from the all five modules, you will definitely score above 90. And also you can choose the very important questions from this and easily pass the examination. Thank you guys. Follow me and subscribe.